NHL player stats week 14, January 13th, 2019. Just a quick note, these stats are pre-Sunday, January 13th games. Thanks for joining me today. Trying to make this a quick video. So let's get right to the board, starting with points. Nikita Kucherov, Mikko Rantanen, Johnny Gaudreau, Nathan MacKinnon, Connor McDavid, and Braden Point. The difference here is that Johnny Gaudreau sort of leapfrogged McKinnon from last week, and Braden Point kicked Mitch Marner off this list as well. Goals: Alex Ovechkin, Jeff Skinner, John Tavares, Braden Point, Connor McDavid, and Gabriel Landeskog. What's the difference between this week and last? McKinnon was totally bumped off this list, as was Pasternak and Pavelski. Braden Point muscled his way in here, as did Connor McDavid. They both had good weeks. Anyways, assists: Nikita Kucherov, Blake Wheeler, Mikko Rantanen, Brent Burns, Johnny Gaudreau, and Mitchell Marner. The difference here is in a week is that Brent Burns has leapfrogged Gaudreau and Marner into that number 4 spot, and Blake Wheeler has swapped places with Rantanen. Power play goals: David Pasternak, Braden Point, Patrick Laine, Mikko Rantanen, and Mike Hoffman. Nothing has changed on this list besides Braden Point tying David Pasternak for the number 1 spot, and that's about it really. There's another player tied for 3rd with 10 power play goals, but I just couldn't fit him on, so whatever, bartender. Shorthanded goals: Mark Jankowski, Michael Grabner, Brad Richardson, Cody Eakin, and Anthony Cirelli. Nothing has changed on this whatsoever. Next up, total on ice per game stat: Drew Doughty, Ryan Suter, Seth Jones, Chris Letang. Nothing has changed with the players involved here. The numbers have obviously been tweaked a little bit after a week of play. Hits: William Carrier, Ryan Reeves, Milan Lucic, Cedric Paquette, Robert Hagg, Adam Larson, and Chris Wagner. Now, there's all the same players are here from last week. The numbers have obviously gone up. However, one interesting thing with William Carrier, who sits at number 1, who still sits at number 1, he's been out. He hasn't played since I last did this board. His hits have not gone up, have not changed. They're still at 219. He's listed as having an illness right now, and he's on the IR with an illness, so it must be a pretty bad flu or something else we don't know about, which in time I'm sure we'll find out. Face-off win percentage: Claude Giroux, Jason Spezza, Ryan O'Reilly, Luke Glendening, and Adam Lowry. No names have changed on this board. The numbers have been tweaked ever so slightly. Obviously, Claude Giroux has fallen below 60%. What's up with him? Unbelievable. His game is just... I'm kidding. It's not a big difference. Next up, shooting percentage: Alex Chiasson, Elias Pettersson, who's been injured for the past week, Valerie Philippa, Braden Point, and Mark Scheifele. Note on this category, I gave it a minimum of you had to play 30 games and have 35 shots to get on this list. Difference between this week and last is Pavelski has fallen off this list, Scheifele got bumped down to number 5, and Braden Point muscles his way yet onto another top 5 list. Shots: Nathan MacKinnon, Patrick Kane, Alex Ovechkin, Tyler Seguin, and Dylan Larkin. Jack Eichel got bumped off this list, and the newcomer here is Alex Ovechkin, who's jumped straight to the number 3 slot. I don't think that's too much surprise for anyone to see him there, and these are by just single digits right now we're talking. So block shots: Ian Cole, Andy Green, Brent Seabrook, Ryan Ellis, and Chris Russell. No change in... there is a couple changes here, actually, in the bottom 2. Alex Edler was at the number 4 spot, and Chris Tanev was at the number 5 spot. Obviously, they've been taken over, respectively, there by Ellis and Russell. However, there is one person tied with Chris Russell in the number 5 slot there with 93 block shots. Goals against average. Let's talk about goalies now. Robin Lehner, Jack Campbell, Curtis McElhinney, Pekka Rinne, and Ben Bishop. Robin Lehner's goals against has gone up slightly, and Jack Campbell's has dropped ever so slightly. So they are now tied for first. Curtis McElhinney is still in second, even though his goals against got slightly better. Yeah, and Rinne and Bishop are exactly where they were before, with a slightly different numbers. I'm speaking of Bishop here, who actually went up from 235 to 239. Save percentage. Jack Campbell, Robin Lehner, Andrei Vasilevsky, Casey DeSmith, and Yaroslav Halak. Jack Campbell is still in the same spot as is Lehner. DeSmith has fallen from 3 to 4. John Gibson has completely fallen off this list. I believe he's about number 8 or so now. And of course, we knew it wasn't going to take Vasilevsky too long to get onto this list, and here he is. I'd probably expect him to stay there, most likely. Wins. Marc-Andre Fleury, Martin Jones, Frederik Andersen, Connor Hellebuck, and tied for 5th spot is Sergei Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevsky. Now you can see here what I did with the numbers. Instead of just erasing the name and moving the names around, it was, for the most part, it was the same names, so I just change the places of the numbers. Saves a little ink there. And of course, Bobrovsky works his way onto another list. Now, I know he's played much less games. I mean, he missed over a month and a half with an injury, with a fractured foot or fractured ankle, whatever it was. And he's been playing for about a week and a half now, and he's already on this list. So yeah, Fleury, look out. Because Vasilevsky is going to catch up to you the way Tampa has been going, obviously. Shutouts. Last category here, Marc-Andre Fleury, Keith Kincaid, Yaroslav Halak. Nothing has changed here at all, except the fact that there are now an additional four other players not listed here who are also have 3 shutouts who are tied for the number 2 spot. Ho hum. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit like if you liked it. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. And if you happen to have any Hockey Geek friends, please don't feel shy about sharing. Thanks again. Now, talk to you soon.